Welcome, my friends. The night of the nights has come. The night of the nights. Open your heart and your mind. Move to the rhythm and dance into your own beautiful reality. Beautiful reality. Feel free and expect the unexpected.
Hi guys, this is the advisor and welcome back to my channel. I honestly never expected to do another Lamor Whitehead video for any time soon, because the fact is that Lamar Whitehead is in prison. But Lamar Whitehead is back in court. But guess what? This time, Lamar Whitehead, that thieving, conniving, conman bishop, he is going back in court and he is the victim who is suing somebody. I know that sounds strange, but anyway, I'm going to get into that story in a minute. But first of all, I just got a call a few minutes ago, and it's the 5th call I've gotten from morning. People asking me, when am I going to do a Vybz Kartel video, since me live pan him head so long while I'm in a jail. Well, guys, don't hold your breath. I don't think I'm going to do another Vybz Kartel video for right now. When him kill somebody else, as he surely is going to do, and him can pin him to it, I will do that video. But for right now, everybody is just regurgitating the same story. Everybody hear the same news and listen to the same thing, and every blogger jumping on it. And I am just not jumping on that story, because him being out of jail to me is no news. Well, I'll put another way. We can't just go out and repeat the same thing everybody is repeating, because after the first 5 minutes of him coming out of jail, the rest of it don't make no sense. Or isn't of any news value. Once he comes through that prison door, it is no longer news value. Him is out. End of story. But as we all know, he's toxic. He'll never resist killing people. So hopefully, when he kills the next batch of people, as he surely will, they will get him banged to rights this time around. That's all I can hope for. So no Vybz Kartel video coming from me. Thank you very much. And one more thing, and this is an extremely surprising thing to me. Trinidad again. I would like you guys to take a look at this. It is from my channel analysis page. It gives you all the data about everything, about the movements of your channel and everything that exists about your channel. This tells you. I was looking at the status of my viewership, and the 5 top countries that are watching my videos and are subscribing are these 5. And the first one is the United States, 32.9, call it 33%. Jamaica is call it 10% less, which is 29.6. Next is Britain, 9.2%, Canada 7.5%, and Trinidad and Tobago is 7%. Now, we have all heard in the Bible about the widow's mite. But when you compare Trinidad's population to that of Canada, right? Trinidad's population is 1.5 million people, 1.5 million. Canada is roughly 39 million, closing on 40 million people. Yet, little Trinidad and Canada is virtually neck and neck, is in a statistical dead heat when it comes to subscribing and viewership on my channel. Now, Trinidad, you're only 0.5% behind the great Canada. And I have to big you up, because this is a really pleasant surprise. So I'm saying, Canada, over the next few days, if you simply just introduce other persons to the channel there, I know you can make Canada look fool and go up one place there. You understand me? So, I mean, You have done well. You have done well, Trinidad. And while I appreciate every single person who view my channel and subscribe, I have to give this special credit where it is due when I see somebody is excelling beyond their normal capacity. So I say again, big up yourself, Trinidad. Okay, now let's move on to the topic. You never hear about stories say man bite dog? Well, this is a man bite dog story because you don't know say when dog bite man, that a ordinary thing. Dog supposed to bite man and that now make no news. But when man bite dog and you see that at the headline, that is news. Well, this is a story where this is a man bite dog story. Because guess what? Lamar Whitehead, Bishop, let's give him in title. Bishop Lamar Whitehead is suing Mrs. Pauline Anderson for defamation of character. And he must sue for $500,000. Now, who is Mrs. Pauline Anderson? And how did that lawsuit come about? I'm going to tell you. For those of you who have not been following following the bishop's escapades on my channel, I'm about to tell you. For those of you who don't know, he is a preacher and a thief and a conman and a robber. And one of the things, he is now in prison facing with a 9 years sentence. And he is suing a lady, Mrs. Pauline Anderson, from whom he had robbed $90,000 US. The woman saved that money by working as a nurse, as a registered nurse. The woman is now in her late 50s, approaching her 60s. She does not have any husband, and that is her life savings that she wanted to invest in a property in Jamaica. Yes, Mrs. Pauline Anderson is a Jamaican. And we know how Jamaican women fool when it comes to person. Any person can take them and twist them up and fool them and can rob them and get all pum pum and everything. Because, you know, that is how Jamaican women have been programmed from birth by their parents before them, who was programmed by their parents before them, and before them, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, me know someone and I go like when me say that, but facts is just facts. And now let me segue a bit. I have a word of advice for Sean Kingston. Sean Kingston, you see when you go jail, we know you love bling, just like this bling pastor Whitehead, or Bishop Whitehead. You see when you go jail, Sean Kingston, just find God inside there. Find God. And come out back as a new man. Open a church, and this time you don't have to borrow nobody money or con nobody. Just go up on the pulpit, tell them what you have to tell them, get your 10% tithes, tax free, and try to get as many Jamaican women among your congregation as you can, because at them easy to fool when it come to passing. And you don't have to do anything else, and you have money. That's all they think. Because as I've always told everybody, you know, politics and religion is the two greatest form of mind control. Have always been and ever will be. And people will not wake up. So all you have to do, rob them. There's one born every minute. Pastors and politicians, take advantage of them, because if you don't do it, somebody else will. Because they will never learn. Anyway, after you know, Sean Kingston, back to the story at hand. The woman who had sued him for her money, Bishop Whitehead, claimed that she gave the money to him as part of his campaign fund. It wasn't to invest. He said she gave it to him as a donation for his campaign fund. Why? What campaign fund? Well, there was a stage when this same Bishop Whitehead wanted to be a politician. Well, if we don't think him a thief at that time, And then he would be a real thief. He was running in 2022 for the Brooklyn Borough President. Well, I'm not sure what a Brooklyn Borough President is or how it work in their political, but it's a political position. And it is somewhere, I think, maybe like being a mayor or something. Somebody can correct me. I don't have any time to go Google that to find out. And he got endorsed by some very important people. You know, him go around and convince people and they endorse him. For example, here is one of his, here are a few of his campaign posters. Here he's endorsed by Terence Floyd, and that's the brother of George Floyd's brother, and also Dusty Locane. But it gets more interesting. Stand by, guy. Listen to this. He was also endorsed by Foxy Brown. We know Foxy Brown have a Jamaican connection. I'm not done with Jamaica connection. Well, look, he was endorsed by Shaggy. See it there? Plain and straight. Me dig up the man. I did my research. But you don't think him easy? You don't think him done yet? Hold on. Give me a second. Who this people? Who this? This is our only Jamaican dancehall queen. Because we know say the one Lady Sano and nothing again. Spice, he claims to have been endorsed by Spice. I don't think it's so, but who knows? Who knows? Remember, she would have a little pretend Obeahman one at the time who would have out her money. So who knows? She could have another conman here and then nyam out her money again. Who knows? But maybe we'll hear from her if she can say anything different. But you see, the man does get around and he seems to have a nice affinity for Jamaicans. Anyway, the man's lawsuit in the court is that, listen, she gave me that money as a donation. She donated it to me so I could use it as part of my campaign. But really and truly, she never signed any paper. But let me tell you how he got her to hand over her money in the first place. Her son, she encouraged her son, Rashid Anderson, to go to that church because it seems that he wanted to go to the church to volunteer to do some work. And the son went there and the son was volunteering in the church, doing little things and so on. I don't know what, but maybe like an errand boy or more, I don't know. But eventually, he was so diligent at what he did that Bishop Whitehead, she actually gave him a position. So I'm not quite sure that he was a deacon or what, but he got an official position and was actually receiving a salary. While when he started out volunteering. Anyway, what Bishop Whitehead did, he inquired about the status of his mother, and it seemed to have come up in conversations at some point that if his mother had money to invest, and he said yes. Well, he told the son that yes, well, I could get her X amount of money. I could double her money in about 3 months. I can double the money. And the more she have, the easier it is to double, because quantity matters in the game that he was playing. So he eventually lured his mother in, and his mother started going to the church, and within maybe a few weeks, maybe about 6 to 8 weeks of going to the church, he convinced the mother that she could invest her money in his schemes. And then he showed her all his bling and his jewelry, and he said that this is how I got all this, and this is how I got everything that I have. So, I mean, you want to be part of this game and be rich like me, invest. So the mother got for her $90,000 and just hand over and give him. When he got the money, he just put it in his pocket and went out and spent it. FBI could actually trace down the store where he went and brought clothes. Clothes him take the money, go buy expensive brand name clothes. I think it was a Fendi store he went first. Anyway, but some of you, you're a smart bunch on this channel, and might ask, so what happened to the lawsuit? Wasn't he charged for the for embezzling this lady? What about that case? Well, here's the thing. Criminal cases often take 2, 3, 4 years before it come up for trial. And the case that Mrs. Anderson have against him is a criminal case. The case he has against her is a civil case, not a criminal one. Civil case gets called up and be seen a whole lot quicker, maybe 1/3 to or even a quarter of the time of a criminal case. And of course, the main reason for that is that a civil case normally is disposed of the same day, or it won't take maybe 2-3 days maybe, but criminal cases, the case can be going on for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks. Hence the difference. So he sued her and his case came up and they are now going through it. Now guys, I'll keep you abreast of how this case ends. I'll definitely let you know. But what he's trying to do is to preempt the criminal case. Because the criminal case, when it comes up, it will have the results of this case can be infused into that matter, and it might be predisposed to send the criminal case into a specific direction which would be against the lady, or should I say against his victim. So you see, when it comes to evil, the man of evilness no stop you so. But you know, there is one little matter I need to mention before closing. You see, when you catch a child and you drum certain things into their heads at a very tender age, it is virtually impossible that when they come of age and have reached the age of enlightenment, they will still hold on to any nonsense that you had drummed into their heads as children. And I said that because of this. And I said that to say this. Pauline Anderson's son, Rashid Anderson, has this to say at the time of his sentencing earlier this year for several other fraud charges. Rashid Anderson said, I thank God for letting this evil man be caught. I thank God for bringing justice to these people. And I trust that the dear sweet Lord will provide justice for my mother. Unquote. Now, what I would like to ask Rashid Anderson is this. You're thanking God for make this man get caught now, but ask yourself this rational and logical level-headed question. Where was God when him did a rob your mother? Where was God when he made a rob everybody? God stand up and watch him do all of that and don't do nothing. Now after the police catch him and people come give statement and all of that now is that time I got thank God. All I can say, parents did the wrong thing. Catch them when they're young. Just catch them when they're young. All when they're old and tough and should have known better can still use the Bible and control them. Will people wake up even when I say this? No. Some of them are going to hate me. Vex with me. Unsubscribe because not everybody can handle truth. There you go. Anyway guys, thank you again for visiting my channel. Like, share, leave a comment below, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.